Hi, I'm Ashley Appap.
And I'm Hayley Tanto.
Welcome to Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast.
Each week we'll dive headfirst into the absolutely bonkers world of PLL as we recap the iconic series.
Where everyone is hot.
And no one calls an adult.
Let's go, bitches!
A.
Hello.
Starting with a sing is a crazy choice because it is currently 8:47 a.m. on a Sunday.
Welcome to the past. Whenever you're listening to this right now, it's Sunday, and that's how it is.
And my voice isn't there yet.
It sounds better to me, doll. Sounds beautiful.
We'll hear it warm up over the course of the next hour.
We're here. Hayley's got a coffee. I've got a little bit of stripes because I saw Hayley in some stripes yesterday and it made me go, stripes.
I love stripes. I nearly wore stripes today. I need to buy more tops, more long sleeve tops, kind of like what you're wearing now.
We should go on a stripe outing.
Let's go to High Point.
Let's go to High Point. Shopping day.
Ash, how are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
We saw each other last night. Yep.
We saw each other last night. You had your monthly show at the
Yes.
Conspiracy Theatre, No Place Like, and it was wonderful. I laughed my fucking ass off.
It's always so good to hear your laugh in the audience.
I did have a moment where I was like, is my laugh distracting sometimes?
Absolutely
I get worried.
not.
Because there are people.
And it wasn't.
There are people whose laughs, and I think I have a distinctive, I think I've got many different laughs, but I have like every now and then I'll go like, and
You wouldn't hear that in the audience.
it comes
You
out.
also do a woo-hoo. No, it's not that. It's not a woo-hoo.
No, I do like a and like a.
Don't you do like a...
I've got so many different ones.
I feel like you've got one that's like woo.
When I'm really laughing, you'll hear me go, ooh.
Little sad owl.
My ghost laugh.
Woo.
So funny. Ooh.
So no, it wasn't distracting.
Okay, great. I had a lovely time. It was so funny.
And then you did a weekly show afterwards called
yes.
The Remix.
And it was
wow.
It genuinely, because guys, peek behind the curtain. I hadn't had the best day beforehand. I had lots of like period pain and just really, really tired. And I was just like, what's happening? I gotta go do my favorite thing in the world, do improv. So thank God I got there literally just in time to see your show beforehand because it really helped boost my energy.
Oh, good. I had like the worst like cramps or something right before like my show.
Was it cramp night maybe?
No.
Was
Yeah, it was
yesterday
cramp
just
night. It was
cramp
cold.
night?
It was very cold.
It was and it still is.
But then we all went out for drinks at the bar downstairs from the improv place we
Yes.
perform at.
And it was fucking loud in there.
It was so loud. I was like yelling.
I literally stayed.
Top of my lungs.
Ooh, me laughing. I literally was like, I'm going to stay after the show just to see you in a social setting, and it was so loud we didn't even speak. I sat there, I chatted to Josh for like 10 minutes.
If we weren't recording 12 hours later
Yes,
and we're having brunch after this, peek behind the curtain.
Whoa.
If we weren't doing that, we would have beelined for each other. But I think we both knew like, see you tomorrow.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
And then around like 11:45, I was like, oh, I need to go home. I need to go to bed.
I said multiple times I'd say at least 3 different people because I left at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, you were good.
I didn't, but
that's also a good innings.
But there was like a half an hour. The half an hour that I was at the bar before that, I was going, I need to be up early, but also the person I'm meeting is Hayley and she's right there and she's
here.
So therefore, I've got to stay. I've got no excuse.
Don't follow my lead.
And then I stayed for only 30 minutes. So
it was a bit of a sesh, really. It was a bit of a sesh.
it was. The whole gang was there.
I haven't really been, usually after a show people leave around like 10, but I had to tear myself away at midnight.
Good on you, doll. Those 2
Catch
hours.
the 12:07 out.
As I was driving away, I called Dougie and I was like, everyone I love, everyone's there. I'm leaving. It's agony. It's agony.
was incredible.
To pull yourself away.
Everyone left very soon after you.
Okay, good.
Or like it was sort of like one by one, the chips fell.
The ants go marching.
The ants, they went marching.
Speaking of the ants, the who carry, the weight of the queen, on their shoulders.
if you will.
Let's get into this episode.
Actually, yeah. Can we quickly say, I think this episode is like next out.
Yes, it is.
I, Marlene King, shared our clip. So that's all I want to say there. We couldn't reshare it for some reason. This shows like an account setting. So that drove me mental because I was like, this is the best day of our life.
She shared our clip. She liked our clip. She reposted us posting a picture of her and Janelle Parrish.
Incredible.
And she wrote the caption, directing Janelle's amazing or something like that. I was like.
Look, I shot my shot by just kind of throwing their tags in there.
And you.
I didn't think they'd see it.
Well, guess what?
Janelle, we're waiting.
Mama, you know that we ride for her.
We fully do.
Oh,
Would
God.
genuinely love to have her on the pod.
Anyway, a crazy thing.
I just want to say that.
The creator of this incredible franchise to have, even if maybe not full awareness of who we are or what we're doing.
I was so disappointed that it was right after we posted the meme that's instead of did you miss me, it's did you fart? To like, you think you're the shit? You ain't even the fart. And I was like, oh, good. Eileen King might be looking at our profile while like our latest post is, did you fart?
Hey, I'm sure she's done it. Everyone farts at the end of the day.
You reckon she's farted?
Absolutely. Also, another Queen, before we get in, another socials related thing. Friend of the pod, Lena Moon, sent me the video you made, the one of Ali appearing from the grave with the Mariah edit. And she just sent it to me saying, this organically came up in my algorithm. So funny. And I said, that was all Hayley, mama.
Wow. That was... Thank you for everyone for liking the reels. We're having fun. We're experimenting.
It's all Hayley. And it's every time I see one, I'm like, she is killing this.
I kind of did the did you fart one for you and me.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Mariah one was for me.
It was so good. I watched it like 4 times.
It's so funny.
It's amazing.
Everyone go to our Instagram, call.and.adult.
Yeah.
And
see what Hayley's been memeing.
engage with our reels.
Engage.
Get
We're
also
engaged.
on TikTok. I'm figuring that out.
Look, I don't
Watch
understand.
that space.
Apparently there's YouTube shorts too. We should probably be doing that. I don't understand the landscape.
I'm not doing YouTube shorts. I'm 32.
Come on. You got to grow up sometime. We're not doing YouTube
What the
shorts.
hell? Okay. Anyway, so that's that corner. That's socials corner.
That's SC. And speaking of socials, the girls are social with each other. Yes, it is still only 8:54 a.m. Forgive me for that segue.
That was so good.
We're going to be talking about PLL season 5, episode 5, Miss Me X
Times
100, which I know is times 100, but I always to say X.
Miss Me 100.
Miss Me.
I kind of look at it as like Miss Me 100. Like, you know how it's like Love You 3000?
Love you. I love you.
From fuck me, Iron Man.
Oh, you know I'm intimately familiar with Iron Man. If you couldn't catch the sarcasm there, guys, I don't know anything about.
It's like a Marvel
Mr. Anthony
thing?
Stark. Oh, I know that.
Oh yeah, I was like Anthony. Oh yeah, Tony. But yeah, Miss Me 100. Let's talk about this. Was a really good ep.
I
had a very good time watching this ep.
Me too.
And there's a few Daleisms. He does leave halfway through, I think, but there are some Daleisms throughout this.
Dale, come back.
Dale, come back. Okay, shall we hear the segments?
Let's hear them. All right, so this episode, as we know, is called Miss Me 100, and it was directed by icon Norman Buckley and written by our closest friend, I'm Arlene King.
Our girl, our BFF, our mother.
Our mother, our number one supporter, okay? And this episode came out on July 8th, 2014, so if you were born on July 8th, happy birthday to you. Also, today, as we're recording, it's June 8th. So what's that say?
Ooh,
me laughing.
Halloween.
Halloween, July. It all makes
Halloween
sense.
in July.
Happy birthday to these July 8th babies. Jaden Smith.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Maya Hawk.
Happy birthday.
Two Nepo Bambinos.
She would have had a cameo in PLL because she's like, wait, is she queer? Yeah.
You're saying if they made it today?
If they made it today, or if she was of age back then, she absolutely would have made a cool cameo.
I agree. A third Nepo baby. Happy birthday, Penelope Disick.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Sophia Bush.
That is crazy. That was 3 neps in a row.
3 neps, 1 cup. Oh, happy birthday, Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh, hot.
Hot.
Love.
Happy birthday,
hot.
Kevin Bacon. Iconic name and
Amazing. Happy birthday.
incredible
star.
actor. I'm sure, just based off knowing that he's in lots of things. Happy birthday, Angelica Houston. Happy birthday,
Queen.
Well, Jeffrey Tambor's been a bit prob.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Jake McDormand from the movie Aquamarine, filmed here in Australia, featuring the actress who is in Severance, who plays Miss Casey.
Oh.
She is
Dai-Chen Luckman.
She is incredible in the movie Aquamarine.
Dai-Chen Luckman.
Also,
Katja Kinsey from Neighbours.
happy birthday, Michael Weatherly, otherwise known as Detective Denozo.
Yeah. And Bull.
And Bull.
He's in Bull.
That's a crock of bull.
Crock of bull.
My mum would say. Okay.
So many B-days.
Haley, are you ready to guess what the number 1 song was on July 8th?
I'm literally always ready.
Okay,
July 8th.
Was it Fancy by Iggy Azalea featuring Charlie XCX?
Highly likely.
Was it?
If I hear Florida Georgia Line, I'm going to fucking fuck.
Hey.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Hey. There's no need to fuck, I promised. I promise you.
I'm going to fuck.
If you were wondering whether or not she was going to fuck, the answer is yes.
I might.
Is it that? Is it A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay?
Is it a scar? Oh, that's like really relevant to the stargazing scene at this. Anyway,
absolutely.
sorry. Yep.
Or was it Problem? Ariana Grande featuring Iggy Azalea.
Wait, okay. So this is, what? Did you say 2014?
Yeah.
Ooh.
July 8th.
Wow, Iggy was really on it.
Yeah.
It's been fancy for ages, I think, or like a few weeks. But I'm gonna like follow my nose. And I remember listening to Problem when I was on the way to working at a cafe I hated because I was saving money to go to America. So
Important.
And like Problem was playing. I'm like, this is like actually one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life.
I was about to say, it is genuinely one of the best songs ever made.
It's incredible. And that was like the year of the sax. You know, it's like, give it to me, I'm worth it. And talk dirty to me. And obviously, so baby, even though. Anyway, it's that one. Problem.
Problem?
Yeah.
Haley, this is a problem because you're incorrect. It was Fancy.
Yeah, I felt it in my bones that it was Fancy, but I was like, we got to shout out Problem.
Problem's incredible.
It's a better song.
I was working at Cotton On at the time. No, was I? I was definitely working in retail, and I remember that whenever this song would come on, I'd be like,
yeah.
no customers better look at me. I need to go groove.
The Cotton On playlist was crazy.
What a time. Okay.
Cool.
Haley,
So I was wrong.
it's okay to be wrong. We're forgiven.
What else do we say here?
It's time for
Stan?
you to tell me what Stan says.
Australian streaming service Stan says, Alison returns to school in the series 100th episode.
Oh my God, is that why it's called Miss Me 100?
Oh my God, that's why I didn't think.
You don't need to.
I don't think. What are the 12-year-olds saying?
Okay. Here are the 12-year-olds. The day has finally arrived for Alison's first day back at Rosewood High. However, neither the girls nor Alison are ready for it. Determined to put her on a brave face, Alison returns to also help heal the damage she did years ago. While Spencer's family thought that Mrs. Hastings was at a spa, really, she was having a private investigator. This is, once again, what it says. She was having a private investigator finding out that Mr. Hastings and Melissa weren't at a dinner as they said.
What?
It's a big,
Say that again?
It's a big what for
Play it
me.
again, Sam.
Here's the full sentence. Determined to... No, okay, here's a full sentence. While Spencer's family thought that Mrs. Hastings was at a spa, really she was having a private investigator finding out that Mr. Hastings and Melissa weren't at a dinner as they said. And we're not even halfway.
It's too early for me. I can't.
Mrs. Hastings is leaving town alone after a failed attempt to bring Spencer. Arya still suffers from the accident in New York and meets the returning Jenna, who is still grieving for her beloved's death.
It's been a day.
Been one whole day. Mona prepares for her army of losers, in which Sydney and Jenna are revealed to be a part of for the upcoming war against Ali, which escalated with a meeting between the two that ends in favour of Mona. Meanwhile, Caleb returns to Rosewood.
Oh my God. I'm going to fuck.
We're all going to fuck. And leaves Hannah confused for the reason of his homecoming. God, come on.
Wait, that leaves Hannah confused for the reason of his homecoming?
Meanwhile, Caleb returns to Rosewood and leaves Hannah confused for the reason of his homecoming.
This is bad. This is a bad one.
You know what else is bad? Emily and Allison share a kiss and Arya and Ezra have sex.
No.
We see a Barch that we did not need to see.
I didn't need to see that top Barch.
This is the bad Barch. Okay?
I do. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that.
No.
In the end, while the police are giving an interview about the dead girl in Allie's grave, just normal stuff, who is revealed to be Bethany Young, A makes their triumphant return to Rosewood by planting a bomb in Toby's house and making the entire house explode.
I would say that's not a triumphant return.
What are you talking about? It's explosive.
Kind of crazy.
A is seen texting the girls while moving their belongings into a new A layer, however you say it. Every time I say it different. And that is the 12-year-old.
Is it not layer?
Layer.
Layer in the layer.
Put
Is it a layer?
Put the doll in the layer.
Layer.
Okay.
I want to give that a fucking F. That was really bad.
I want to give that
that in memory. That's one of the worst ones I've ever heard.
Absolutely. Let's just go straight F. F for fuck, because you're gonna fuck.
F for fuck. I'm gonna fuck.
Okay.
Why did I say I was gonna fuck again?
Anyone except for us right now could probably know.
Yeah. So Hannah and Travis, we open with them stargazing. I still look up for love. Or the Coldplay one.
So
Is it a sky?
I forgot how it goes all together.
Full of stars. I think I saw you. That plays on the radio a lot.
More like Cold Slay. I'm not that big a fan, but go off.
So they're stargazing. There's a funny line. I don't know what they're talking. They're talking about an event, I guess, because Hannah just says, "Business conservative. I'd rather wear vomit."
All right, Travis and Hannah stargaze as Hannah moans about having to go into school with a dress code ?
Oh,
so I think that's what it is. Maybe because of Allison appearing, there's now girl goes.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks girl is dead. Girl comes back, and the school's reaction is dress code. What?
And is the dress code business conservative?
I think that's what she was reading.
That explains why Allie wears what she wears.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay. Oh, that's huge, because I was like, why is she dressed like
Business.
that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
And then Dale says, "Who the fuck is this guy? This ain't Caleb."
Say it.
But he was
sounds like that.
Sounds like that, but also Dale, he knew, he had a premonition that Caleb's coming back.
Thank God.
Ugh.
Then Arya and Ezra are walking and talking about the Shan slaughter.
We can only assume they're on Main Street.
Where else? And then Arya touches his face and for fuck's sake.
Yuck. He's like, "Are you still having nightmares about Shana?" And then he's kind of like, "You're giving yourself the nightmares." I know he's trying to be nice, but he's basically like, "You're kind of doing this to yourself." I'm like, we've said it a lot and we're going to say it more. She did kill someone. And it hasn't been that long.
No,
a Rosewood minute.
And
then he's like, "You don't have to live in fear of your cell phone anymore." I'm like, yes, she does. In my head, I know that like A is like not, A makes their triumphant return, if you will. A has felt ever present this whole time. I don't feel.
A is for always, because
A is for always and forever.
Okay. Then a special bus arrives into town. And we see someone step off, and it is Jenna.
Oh, and right before that, they run in, they see Allie hanging out, like kind of.
That's right.
There's a car pulled up, and she's outside the car, but hanging in their window. And then they're like, "Allison?" And she's like, "Oh my God, it's like a flunky dropping off school shit." I don't know what she said. Something like that.
She says, "It's a flunky dropping off school shit."
That's like verbatim what she said, actually. Wrote it down. And then, so that happens. We're like, "Allie, you're crazy." And then, yes, Jenna get off. Oh, wait. Well, Jenna get off bus.
Jenna get off bus, yeah.
Jenna get off bus.
Jenna get off bus. And I wrote, "Let's go."
Everything is happening. Let's fucking go. And everything is happening at this time of night on Main Street.
Absolutely. Then Spoberky talk about Allison and the fake story and how Spencer's like, it's not fair. We should
just quickly a Dale line for that scene about Jenna. Sorry. He says, because she gets off the bus and then she like looks fierce. Like she looks,
of course.
But she is blind?
I think so.
Someone says they can't keep up. I can't keep up. But Dale said, "I like the version where she's blind and doesn't know she's there and she's just serving face."
Yeah, she's just like,
because she is
God,
like
I'm
just
good.
gag serving face.
For someone, for most of the characters' time to have your eyes covered, which I feel like you need the eyes are the window to the soul.
Yeah.
Acting, you got to have that. We don't see her eyes so much of the time, and we are understanding what she is feeling.
Tammin's got like the best eyes and the best lips.
Oh,
So when her eyes are covered, it's like her lips are doing the work.
they're doing the talking, some would say.
But yes, on the Spoberky scene, my first note was Toberky hair, and then
Yes!
looks good.
I wrote Toberky hair swoop.
At first, it shocked me a little bit, and then I was like, yeah,
It's doing it.
actually, it's working for me.
Hayley's going to fuck.
I'm gonna fuck. They make a tea.
Toberky reveals he and Jenna haven't talked since she moved to New York. So that's where we find out I didn't even realize she had moved to New York. And then
There's so much I don't know.
I don't know who she is here, but I've written she calls and tells him that Shana was murdered. Eep.
So there's one line
I'm
where I
guessing.
think they're talking about Allison, and Toberky says, I find it hard to picture her as a victim. And I was like, true.
Mm-hmm.
He also says it's okay to close the door on someone if they're toxic. And I was like, yes, Toberky. Ironically, the person who calls him is Jenna. And he answers it. So that's like a perfect little bit of sweet irony. He's like, you can close the door on people who are toxic. Oh, it's my stepsister who like abused me.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao, mama.
Hello. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
And he finds out Shana is dead and murdered in that time. I kind of, at this point, forgot people didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because this episode, I think that's a big thing.
Yeah. It becomes public knowledge. Then I think we're at school and Hannah says, and I still don't have time for a hobby. And I wrote, lol, girl, you should focus on school, never mind hobbies.
They're at, I think, that, yes, absolutely.
She's taken up stargazing, as we know.
I will still be here. There's a bit where they're all gathered around and Emily says, nobody likes lying to Toby. And Dale laughed at that. And I laughed at that. Just because it was a funny way to start the scene.
Nobody
likes lying to Toby. And it's like, that's so true. Also, someone summarizes it by going, we blinded Jenna and we killed her girlfriend. I'm like, wow. I'm team Jenna.
I am absolutely team
wow, you guys. And then Ali goes like, you have to put up, you guys have to put up with so much to help me. You cunt.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. They shouldn't be doing this.
Yes. So now I think that was like, I don't know where the hell that was, but now they're at school. Ali rocks up and everyone's like chatting about her. She's in her business casual, her business conservative. She's a Republican politician's wife.
There's a scene before school where she's like putting on her makeup and like trying to talk herself up.
Yes.
And I'm like, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up. And when they're at school, there's like a scene where people are seeing her arrive and someone says, once a bitch, always a bitch. And I wrote,
and that's tea.
slay.
I posted this on our stories.
Oh my God. This might be line of ep. So quick.
And they're like, she's talking to Cindy and Mindy. I thought she hated those guys. And then Emily goes, yeah, she used to call them gay rons. And they're like, gay rons? And she's like, gay morons. Gay rons?
Jesus Christ.
That's a really funny scene. That was a really, when I saw that, I was like, this has to go on the stories. It's tempting to like live story.
Yeah.
And Ali once replied being like, you should do this, like you guys should do this more. But it's like, one, we have to save it for the pod, and two, it made it take so long because I was like rewinding and stuff. And I'm like, I can't do this. But yeah, gay rons, happy Pride.
Happy Pride. When I heard gay rons, I just heard that sketch from Key and Peele, AA Ron.
Yeah.
Gay Ron.
Gay rons.
Gay rons, because there's two of them.
Ali, mean girl.
Mean girl. So all the other girls are in black, by the way. They're in theater blacks pretty much.
Absolutely. And speaking of mean girls, they do kind of like a really cool like click walk. And Ali is like, front and center in color in her business cash.
In like bright blue and pink business cash. It's crazy.
It was a lot to look at.
And everyone's watching her walk down the hallway. And I've written the girls. I just broke in. I'll keep that in because that was crazy. Just broke into a spontaneous yawn.
You were about to say something like awesome, and then you were just like,
I couldn't hold it. This yawn just took over my whole body.
God,
sorry,
that's
everyone.
So good. Just like, I'm done with this bit.
Oh, so bored. No, I wasn't. I'm just still asleep.
We're waking up.
The girls are being far too nice to this sociopath is what I was about to say.
And we're gonna say that more.
Absolutely. Then Spencer's called into the principal's office, and who is there but Victoria Slastings?
And she's like, girl, we have to go home and pack. I'm leaving your dad.
And she's like, what? She's like, you're coming with me.
That's crazy.
And I say, go, girl.
Go on and leave
Go
him.
on and leave him.
But there was no Daddy Hastings in this episode.
Sad.
Sad for the eye candy, but he's a bad man.
Well, you know, that remains to be seen.
And then there's a scene, if that's what you have on that.
Oh my God, Hannah and Lucas. Lucas's facial hair is...
I didn't like it, but I wouldn't have noticed. But Dale was the one to be like, that beard is crazy.
It's
that
so
beard is
thin.
crazy. And then I just had to post it on the stories because it was
wild.
He looks better with none.
He looks better with none. He looks better with none.
It was weird. It was very, very weird.
Didn't suit him.
He wants to hang out with Hannah and Travis and his girlfriend.
Quote.
Funny ears, quotation marks.
And he throws a party.
Yes.
And invites them.
So we'll see that.
For them to meet his girlfriend, who we never see. Then we find out that Victoria Slastings was dropped off at the spa, but she didn't go in. What did she do instead? She was working with a private investigator and found out that Peter and Melissa's alibis from the longest night were not true. Ooh.
She is so good.
She is.
At being a mum, a working woman, a woman of the community.
At being hot.
Hot.
At drinking wine.
Drinking wine.
Going to the club.
Not going to the spa.
Not going to the spa.
Going to the spa front door and being like, skirt. I got to go to a PI.
Skirt.
The PIs in Rosewood is the most booming industry of 2013, 2014.
Similar to how they have Radley being the premier asylum, I suppose. They also must have some kind of school for PIs that is like a Rosewood official
absolutely.
building.
Have we ever seen any of the lies at a supermarket?
Great question. But I don't know.
What's the Rosewood supermarket?
Where are these people getting their food?
Because there's PIs galore.
There's PIs. There's meals
mask makers. There's antique shop owners.
There's doll restorers.
Yeah.
There's puppeteers.
There's technology repair shops. I assume we've seen some.
There's cupcake shops.
There's cupcake shops and cafes.
There's the
like
Apple
they're
Rose
Melbourne,
Grill.
Australia. Where's the supermarket? There's the grill. Yeah. Where's the supermarket?
Crack this wide open.
When Dougie is on the Warner Bros lot, get him to find
the supermarket.
a supermarket set.
I don't know that there is.
I love a supermarket.
No wonder they're never eating.
They're hungry.
They're hungry.
They're hungry.
Oh, God. Okay, and now this is also maybe one of the ones we have. Sydney invites Emily to a Frozen sing-along. I've written, what the fuck? Which, first of all, I'm like, okay, it's 2014. Frozen is like very much...
It was big.
Popping off. And then Emily's response is one of the best things Emily's ever said. And she says, I think I'm more of an Adele Dazeem than Adina Menzel. The wickedly
talented Adele Dazeem. And that's the funniest Emily has ever been.
Ever. I was like, God, that's so good.
I don't know what I must have been writing notes furiously. I did miss that because I have a note later of like, they're at a TV event, a TV and film event.
I wonder if
so
at this point, like, and I refuse to look it up as we know, Disney and ABC had like already merged. Because I'm like, why are they mentioning a Disney film?
Oh, I think you're bang on, but I have no proof or knowledge of anything you're saying.
Because I know at this point Disney, I think Disney owns ABC or ABC owns Disney, whatever. But I don't know if that had happened at this juncture.
Any listeners, any Hollywood execs from 2014, hit us up.
Any Elsas, any Annas.
Any Olafs.
Oh, any snowmen. Any Kristoffs. All right, enough.
My next note is in the courtyard, Aria gets mad at Emily and Hannah because they don't care about Jen. Okay, yeah, so Aria's feeling guilty. She says, for what I did in New York. And then Dale says she's talking like a housewife. Because in Housewives, instead of saying at the reunion, you have to say in New York. Because all the reunions are filmed in New York. So it's always like, well, in New York, you said this. And then the show will flash back to the reunion. You're like, okay. And I was like, Dale, you are so fiance of the pod for saying that. Wow.
Affianced.
But yeah, she's pissed off because like no, she is like all of a sudden cares about Jenna heaps because she feels guilty, and they're all like, she sucks. And she like gets mad at them. Aria, get a grip.
Get a grip, girl.
Tiny violin.
Tiny violin. Also, Paige can't stand that Allison's back, obviously.
Paige has a perfect blow wave after swimming.
Which is
Her
unbelievable.
hair is like perfectly
swooped.
Curled.
And then, yes, Aria goes to Jenna's house and sees her crying on the floor.
Can I also tell you what Stan Australia closed caption said as she's standing outside the place?
Mm-hmm.
My closed caption said, melancholy ballad, indistinct lyrics. And I'm like, that's the show, doll.
That is the description of the
Stan
entire
Australia,
show.
eat.
Woo!
Like Hannah at Lucky Leon's binging.
With her cupcakes.
But yeah, this scene is insane. Aria opens the door. I'm like, stop. She walks into the house and I'm like, stop. She hears crying and I'm like, stop. She goes into her bedroom. Stop. Who does she see perched on the floor? Jenna crying. Very sad.
Very sad.
And then Jenna's like, we say stop. Jenna says, who's there? And I say, go. Speak. And Aria, coward, doesn't speak. And then I'm like, that's she's blind. Like, make yourself present.
And she's crying. Bitch.
Flop. Cunt.
Then Emily has Allie and Paige together at Warhouse for some reason. And Allie says that she's ashamed of the way that she treated Paige. And Paige is like, you're a terrible person and I didn't care if you were dead. And I'm like, good. Me neither.
They're all crying.
Stay buried.
I think Allie is apologising.
Then Spencer's come to Hannah's house and Mama Marin stops in and we love. She pops by.
I saw your mum at the Bradbury yesterday. Is everything okay at home? And me and Dale, and then Spencer's like, we have plumbing issues. And we're like, what the fuck is the Bradbury?
The prettiest little liar.
A hotel. We're like, what's a Bradbury? What is that? I don't have the context, but yeah.
No.
And then Spencer and Hannah have a really nice scene. Spencer's crying. Speener, as I've written. But I got to keep an eye out for the Speener. Speener cries.
Speener make tear.
I love that dynamic a lot. And I think they're bonding because of children of divorce, if you will.
They cry together about their broken families and it's very sad but sweet.
Over at Warhouse again.
Jesus.
So I think Paige is left, or I don't know where Paige is.
Yes.
Allie,
and Emily goes to hang out with Paige and Sydney, I believe.
So right before that, Allie is like, want to hang out? Emily's like, no, I'm going to this Frozen sing-along. And she's like, no, sorry, I'm like going with Paige, so probably not. And then Allie's like, can I just like stay here then? It's so weird, but I just like don't want to go home to an empty house. And I'm like, it's so manipulative and weird.
Yes.
Like you can hang out with anyone else, but being like, oh, okay, if I can't come with you, can I stay? It's like, if anyone said that to me, I'm like, just come, you sad cunt.
Also,
Fucking
like,
hell,
to be like, okay, you're just going to be in my house.
That's weird. With your little tote bag and your belt around your waist, just sitting. Like you're Jenna perched somewhere, just sitting.
And also it's Alison. We know she's going to snoop.
Yeah, I know.
Don't let her
And then
in
I don't
home.
think she does. Like that, we don't see a scene where she snoops. Because I was like, is she snooping? Speaking of manipulative, because then she apologizes to Emily. She's like, I'm sorry. Like I owe you an apology as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those kisses weren't just practice. Like I love you. Or what? I shouldn't say I love you, sorry. But she's like, the kisses weren't practice.
Yeah, all right, fuck off.
And I was like, you are such a fucking narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stand to have the spotlight off you for 1 second. Get buried, bitch. We'll be saying that every episode this season, maybe.
As we should, because she should never have.
And if you're not watching,
off the ground,
we're dancing.
Woo!
Robotic.
Thankfully, the most important thing to happen in, I'd say, weeks.
I took a water break because I'm like, we're about to scream, maybe.
Everyone, raise your glass if you're wrong in all the right
So
ways.
raise your glass if you are wrong. So Hannah is at the brew. She gets a cute text from Travis. Can't remember what it says, but it's good to remind us that she's with Travis. And then I will still be here, stargazing. Woo! I still look out for Caleb.
I don't know this song.
Caleb, it's a song.
But I know this boy, and it's Caleb back. I wrote
him and his little pixie cut.
His short hair never looked so good. And then I wrote he goes off at someone named Biff. Lol.
He goes, Because I think like someone goes like, hey, Blondie, I can't remember, like a very nothing thing. And he goes, could you keep it down, Biff? This is a coffee shop, not a locker room. And I'm like, Biff catching strays.
Who Biff?
Who's Biff?
Is this Biff Tannen from Back to the Future?
Yes.
Is it Biff?
It's Biff.
Get Biff.
And I was like, what is this about? And then I think Dale was like, oh, is it because he's edgy from Ravenswood? And I'm like,
He's
is
on
that, I
edge.
think that is the theme. Him in this ep is like, I've seen shit and everyone's like, oh, we don't care.
We just want you back.
Also, we've seen more shit in Rosewood.
Yeah.
Like Ravenswood, yes, you have spooky.
Spooky.
But like Rosewood, we have just like 1,000 women dying every day.
We have cars through home windows. We have, later in this ep, Toberky house go boom.
And that's sad.
And his truck, I think, too, maybe? I can't remember.
But yeah, Caleb looks so good with this haircut, but then and they're kind of tense. And then he sees Hannah's coffees get delivered. Like they're like, coffee up.
And it's
one says Hannah and one says Travis. And then he ghosts like Ravenswood. She turns around and he's gone.
He's gone. And then we cut to, my next note just says, Hannah at party drinking blue drink.
She's on that purple drink. She's on that blue drink.
She's on that blue drink.
And she accuses Lucas. She's drunk, or she's getting drunk at least. She accuses Lucas of faking a girlfriend. Lol.
I fear that accusation's correct, right? We don't see anyone.
Yeah, I assume. I can't remember. I can't remember at all. I do remember this episode though. It's a great one. I also love anytime someone's drunk in a show, like a teenager, which obviously is bad. We don't want teenagers to be drunk, but also we have been drunk teenagers. I can only assume, Ash.
Well, I mean, it is legal to drink from 18 here.
That's true. And everyone like she's just like drunk, and everyone's like, "Whoa, are you like okay?" And this and then
they've never heard of
Spencer.
drunk.
We'll talk about what Spencer says to her later, but yeah, I'm like, she's just drunk. She's a teenager. Leave her
Let her
alone.
live. And then I don't know where this is. Probably at the Frozen sing along.
Yeah.
Paige reveals that Jenna is back / Shauna is dead to Emily, and Sydney's there like in between being like, and who's that person?
She's playing exposition.
As we've already said from the 12-year-olds, she's doing a great playing dumb here. Cheeky girl. Cheeky girl pretending she doesn't know what the hell's happening.
Speaking of being dumb, Allie leaves Emily's house and then sees a car turn on its headlights, and the car like pulls away, and then Allie's like scurrying home in her heels at night.
God.
So we'll talk. That scene will come back.
Then a wild Jenna appears at a fair house.
A Jenna jump scare.
Which we love. And Arya here is wearing a big chunky bull necklace while she apologizes to Jenna for losing Shana. And I said, bull! Shit, because she's wearing bull.
Bull
But also,
fucking shit.
she is, sorry,
Because
obviously.
Jenna's like, I knew it was you in my room today. I'm like, damn, you don't fuck with Jenna.
Well, remember that scene in season 1 with the pottery?
Yeah.
And it was Arya.
Do you reckon Arya has like heavy breath or something? Like what is it about Arya?
She has a musky perfume that she douses herself in.
That is true.
like
That's
incense.
so true.
It's in the realm of like an incense smell.
Yeah,
you know?
patchouli, a bit of patchouli and vanilla, spicy, smoky.
It's Jaden Patchouli.
It's Jaden Patchouli.
I've never
friend of the pod.
realized that his last name is just Patchouli with an M.
Machuli? Like I think
It's not. It's Patchouli.
Patchouli. Patchouli.
This is just for us.
Arya, wait, yeah, you just said Arya. And then Jenna comes in for a cuppa. I think they have a cup of tea.
Yes, they have a cup of tea. Then I've written Allie running towards the church. Why?
I said
Why
Allie
are you going
keeps
back to that
clomping
place?
home.
She's
Yeah, when she goes into the church, I'm like, you love drama. You love it.
You love
bitch.
You love drama and you love recreating your own trauma. Miss
Literally.
Mama, we found out you were the one who pushed Ian off the bell tower. You were for
Ding
whom...
dong bell, bitch.
Sounds like that. It was you for whom the bell donged. You were the one that made the dong dong.
And can I tell you, I'm donging. I am donging because I am done.
I'm donging.
dong.
I'm digging. I'm donging, and I'm done.
I'm done. She loves drama.
Ding dong,
Then
done.
Sounds like that. And then she messages her friends, SOS, I'm at the church. I'm like, you did this to yourself.
Ding dong.
Am I meant to say something?
Ding dong, done. Sounds like clomp.
Fun. Clomp.
Was it worth it? No one can know.
Ding dong.
I just went blank.
Ding dong done. Sounds like clomp. She was clomping. And then, so we're at the church and then, oh my God, we get the greatest jump scare. It's Mona the dog.
A wild Mona appears and she says that she can prove that the girls were all in New York the night that Sean's slaughter occurred. And she says that she wants Ali gone.
That's all she wants. And I'm like, please.
I wrote, same here, Miss Mama.
She is, and then I wrote, she is the hero of this show.
She really is.
She is the hero of this show. Ali, but she's kind of like baiting Ali a bit. And then Ali says she can make Mona loser Mona again. And then Mona and she's kind of taunting Mona. And then this was camp. This was Pride Month. This scene was great. Mona slap Ali. And I was
Mona
like,
slap.
And then Ali slap Mona.
But her slap leaves a cut.
It drew
in her
blood.
cheek.
Did the ring do that?
I don't know.
How does a slap? If I turned my engagement ring the wrong way, so that the little sapphire is on the wrong way,
and you were to slap me,
that maybe that's the only way that could happen.
Or if she had a really long nail and it was on the swipe.
True.
She got a coke nail.
Well, I feel like Mona would have a coke nail and I would respect that.
Me too.
In Holes, when Sigourney Weaver has the snake nail polish. Watched a deep dive on Holes the other day. I really want to rewatch Holes.
Holes is incredible.
I love Holes.
The book also important.
Louis Satcher. Studied it in year 7.
Hector Zeroni. Stanley Yelnats.
Adam Zeroni.
Listen to these
Onion
names.
Man.
Onion
I can
Man.
fix that. I can fix that.
He can fix it. He did with his dick.
So Ali, the girls we're now in a house and all the girls are rallied around Ali and she's like, Mona slapped me. She omits some major things of she's just a victim, basically. She doesn't talk about slapping Mona back. So that's important to know that she lies to her friends. She tells one side of a story.
She does not disclose that information. And then I've written, Ashley Marin tucks drunk Hannah in and is a good mama. And Hannah tells her that Caleb's back and you see in her eyes that she's like, oh my God.
Oh my God. This scene... this is crazy. This scene made me want to have a kid. This scene is if I was just I love their dynamic so much. I was like,
it made you want to have a kid, get her drunk and tuck her in.
Yeah, and then be like, you fucking bitch, I'm mad at you.
I'm mad at you.
You're so annoying.
You're drunk.
Love you. Because she's so you're annoying. I love you so much. I don't know. When she's just she spoons her, Ashley spoons Hannah. And it was just I just love them so much.
They love each other.
They're just Ashley is the best mum. She's the best.
She really is the best mum.
But she's just so, and she was like, you are in trouble. I think she's like, am I in trouble? It's yeah, but I'm not going to say it now. You won't remember. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Talk to you when you wake up and you got a spill.
And it's you know that she'll also be a bit softer in the morning. Ashley will be softer in the morning. We'll all get over it.
Those cheeks, that soft, smooth face.
Oof. Drop the skincare routine.
Drop it. Then, okay, now this is, I hate this. Emily's staying at Alison's. I've written, for fuck's sake. Ali says to Emily that she was the hardest one to leave behind. And I say, go fuck yourself. Then we cut to Ezra's fucking apartment and Aria's there and she goes there with pie and says, why not pie? And I honestly agree with that.
And this is does the perfectionist start with Mona kind of saying something about pie?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like that's really dropped off in the perfectionists, but there was a lot of pie stuff. She brings a key lime pie from Paula's.
Now,
anytime we,
new restaurant alert. Who's
Paula's?
And where is her establishment?
I don't know, but it sounds yum.
Does she make other pies? Is it just key lime? Has she got a banana cream? Does she have a pumpkin? What are we talking?
Oh, yum, pumpkin pie.
Put it in me.
Pumpkin pie is hard to find here in Australia, but I've had some and it's very yum.
It's delicious.
And I know I'd like pecan pie.
Oh,
I know I'd like it. We got to shout out Dale here because just the attention to detail when Aria...
Attention to detail.
For Dale.
Oh.
When Aria gives Ezra the pie, Dale went, you want a beer with that?
Board shorts ale.
Board shorts ale and boysenberry pie.
Fuck.
Pretty good.
That is
it's
really
what
good.
What the hell? You are watching. You act like you don't care. You act like you're drawing next to me. Girl, you're watching.
Paying attention as opposed to Dougie. Watches 3 episodes in one day, walks into this room, is like, where am I?
I can't tell you a thing. And that's culture.
I'm sorry to this man. I could look him right in the eyes and I wouldn't know a thing.
And then, Aria talks to Ezra about all her complicated Shana feelings, and Ezra is basically like, shut the fuck up. Man, she shot me. Here's a note I wrote.
And then he lifts
and then
up
he
his
shows his
top.
cum gutters.
He shows his cummy guts to show where the scar from where Sean shot, where he got Sean shot.
Do you think that's Ian Harding's midriff?
I don't know, but
Because obviously he's really hot, but they don't show
the face.
and he is shred. And I believe that Ian Harding's shred.
I believe he's got gutters for which to come.
But yeah, and like Arya's like basically at Blowy J Lev. You know what I mean? Like he's like
Blowy J Lev.
Blowy J Lev. And like, you know, she's haunted by Shana, but she's also haunted by that dong. Sounds like that.
Ding. Ding dong done. Sounds like clomp.
It's so early to be talking about Ezra Dong.
Can you say that sentence about Blowy J? Blowy J Lev is what you said. I feel like you're not going to want that to be title of it, but that's a strong phrase there.
Blowy J Lev.
Blowy J Lev.
Blowy J Lev. Title of it. I feel like that could be fine because it's so not blow job. Like I don't think the algorithm can pick that up that it's Blowy J Lev.
You're consuming this episode and it's called Blowy J Lev.
We won.
We won the fight.
Democracy
against
won.
censorship.
Free speech won.
Okay.
Blowy J's won.
You can't lock us up. Not in this town. Oh!
Sorry. I went to gesture that I was being locked up and I piffed the microphone away.
Hayley's microphone has a mind of its own and it just booped her in the face.
And look, we're all flustered because now Ezra and Arya funk while a cover of "I'll Be Watching You" plays.
Yes.
And
I literally wrote, oh God, no, they're going to fuck bloody hell. Not the weird cover of "I'll Be Watching You." No, Emily, don't ask Alison if she's asleep. No, don't do it. For fuck's sake, Emily, get your lips off her. Oh my God, Arya naked, back on top of Ezra. Bad Barch alert.
It's a Bad Barch, as in her back is beautiful. It's the
yes.
context. It's a Bad Barch context.
Obviously, the ideal context is Caleb and Hannah fucking in a tent.
Show us his fucking barch.
Right.
But when this came out, when I was watching this and I was like 18 or 19, you know what I mean? Like I was like, because you don't see, watching The Perfectionists on our Patreon is crazy because there's so much. We just saw Mona get her bra taken off in the episode we'll be recording after this.
Yeah.
Whereas we don't see a lot of, it's hard to tell in Pretty Little Liars when it's a sex scene or just a heavy makeout scene.
Yes, and this is clearly cess.
And this was like one of the very few moments I think that I remember that I'm like, oh, it's sex. Me at 18 being like, wow. And then, but now we hate that. I hate that scene now.
Yes, me too. Next, we're at
Emily
school.
and Ali kissing as well, hot, but we hate.
No, I hated it. I hate the whole time. I hate the whole time because she's being manipulated.
Yep.
Ugh. Next, Hannah is in a beanie and sunglasses, hungover on a school day, and I wrote slay, mama.
Looking, and we said this about Aria at that college tour
thing.
she did when she was hungover, but hungover Hannah is the coolest she's ever looked.
Yeah.
She looks, I would have coveted this look. I would have been like, I want to look like her.
I want to look like that.
All the girls are talking about blue snarfing. Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf, lick my ass. Yeah, lick my ass, bitch. So much ass licking in this episode. It's not written,
doors.
but it's really heavily implied.
Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of eating.
Okay. All right. Spencer explains how easy it is to hack a phone, which I say, okay. Then Mona and her gang face off against Allison and the people show up and Mona is eating down. She's giving victim. She's giving, oh no, you did this to me. And turns out she was filming her and Allison's reaction in the choich and her oop go girl. And it's clear in the clip where she gets it out, she shows it to the people.
She shows it.
And she shows a portion of the horrible things Ali said, and then there's just a cut to her slapping Mona. I was like, the editing is so funny. It's so funny that's clearly edited.
Here's the thing, because Ali, and so all the girls are shocked because they're like, oh my God. But the thing is, like, Ali, you said what you said and did what you did. Like, and that's the thing on reality shows where people blame the edit. And you can be frank and edited. People, like, they can take your words and spin them. But if you call her loser Mona, if you slap her back, if you get on her level, it was It wasn't hard for Mona to get that from you, and that was the point, Ali. Mm-hmm. And I like that the girls are like, loser Mona, like you suck, Ali, for like saying that. Because then she's like, I can make you disappear or whatever. And everyone's like, Ali is a cunt. And I'm like, yeah,
she always was.
And the girls all ditch her. Emily leads the charge.
Which we love.
She's like fresh from a fuck. And she's like, you know what?
I'm oot.
I'm oot.
I'm Canadian. I'm oota here. They're in the toot, of course, and the girls are reasonably pissed. And I say, leave her to rot. And then we cut to an undisclosed location where we see Sydney getting out of a car, and she's wearing Jenna sunnies.
She puts on big sunnies out of solidarity.
Absolutely. And then Jenna gets out of the fucking car, and she escorts her around. And I'm like, wait a second. She was acting like she
And it's got to be a hot girl walk, because who do they meet at the park?
Miss Mona.
Mona sporting a very cute little cut on her cheek, which she was sporting in the scene before.
And she's at a bench.
Mona on bench.
Mona on bench. And they all talk together about getting rid of Alison. And then another car approaches, but we don't see who's in it. And I went, ooh, who's that?
What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
Okay.
What was that? Doo-doo-doo. And then I'm like holding the mic just so. And then we see another car.
Spoberky and truck.
We see a truck, I should say. Toberky in truck. Spencer and Toberky ponder what a world without A looks like.
Yes.
Spencer laments her parents splitting up.
I wrote Spoberky and truck in brackets where they belong.
They do belong there.
And then she tells him about her parents. And then I wrote, they gone fuggin' trug.
Oh, we know they're going to fug in trug.
They fuggin' in truggin'.
And because Toberky has gained Riz this season. I think she's like, are you mad at me or something? He's like, come here, girl. Come here, girl. Go ahead, be going with it.
But come to the back. Go ahead.
Yeah, be going with it. Come
truck.
to the front. Go ahead, be going with it. Fuck in the truck. But his hair's looking good. He's got his Riz. Keegan Allen is like,
in his
I'm
bag.
finally, it's taken me 4 seasons. I've warmed up. I'm here.
He's here.
And yes, they do make fug in the trug. We can only assume, I want to make fug in this trug.
Oh,
In this trug.
oh, in this truck.
trug.
Hey, wait.
What?
A. McFug in this truck.
Hey. Oh my God. This show is so smart.
We just uncovered something. Very important. Next, Caleb on a swing, which I say, go kick your heels up, King.
Girl, put your records on. He's at a playground alone at night. He's drinking a beer.
Bad boy.
Bad boy, go on and flown it. Hannah finds him there. She's like, I knew I'd find you here. And he's like, did you change your hair because Ali's back? And she's like, probs. And I'm like, wow, he knows her well.
Yeah.
Like, he knows her so well.
And my next note is new item of media in color on a TV.
True. And we've had news flashes on TV.
News flashes. This is not. This is someone just watching it. It said, I've written, got to look up what Emily is watching on the TV.
Oh, true.
I didn't look it up though. But obviously Andrew Cunanan.
That's a really good point.
That there's only, of course, in color, Transformers 2 at the cinema, the trailer for Insidious 2 at the Montgomery household. I think that's it, right? And breaking
Something
news
like
flashes.
that.
But there's something else.
This is huge, and we have to find out what it is. Because, Emily's she's ignoring Ali. She's really watching the screen relate. And Ali is, like, trying everything. She even does that thing where she tries to, like, brush a bit of hair out of her face.
Yes.
Ugh.
I'm Googling it right now.
She even tries to kiss Emily. She's crazy.
Oh, my God.
But, yes, there is a news flash, and there is breaking news about the Jane Doe in Alison De Laurentiis' grave. And then I think...
Literally.
Oh, and then it cuts away from this scene, and then we have Hannah and Caleb. I wrote Hannah and Caleb recap Ravenswood. Basically, it just or it feels like I thought it was going to recap Ravenswood.
In a very, they allude to it.
Yes.
And nothing else.
And everyone's like, oh, we don't care. And then she gets like a text. She's like, we got to go. She grabs his hand, and they go to like gather.
And then he attends the gathering of everyone watching the breaking news.
When he enters, Ali side-eyes him crazy.
And no one addresses him. No one, not a single one of them.
No.
Not even his best friend in the world, Toberky.
I think him being back is like more crazy than like someone being dug up in Rosewood. Like people get dug up every day. Every day. It's like going for your coffee walk.
It's like going for your coffee walk.
You're going to find a woman dug up in a grave. Literally every day. Tell me a day where a woman has not been dug up in Rosewood.
Monday, dug up. Tuesday, dug up. Wednesday, dug up. Thursday, dug up. Friday, dug up. Saturday, dug up. Sunday, rest.
Day of rest.
Day of rest.
Dug up Baldwin.
I'm going to tell him. I'm going to say,
I feel like he'll be like, that's so fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
He'll be like, what did you dig up? What are you talking about?
So this scene's really cursed. I think they're in Ali's house and like all the couples are there. Like Ezra's there. Weird. Caleb is there. No one cares. Weird. Ali and Emily are holding hands. Weird.
Yuck.
Hannah's like, are they together? To Spencer and about Emily and Ali. And then Spencer's like, have you been drinking again? Just because I think she's like, I had one sip of beer. But I'm like, guys, just that was a decent question.
It's an important question to ask.
Oh my God.
Next thing that I've written, which is still in the scene.
I was going to say.
Great segue.
Next thing.
Next thing.
In the same scene.
In the same scene, in the same location. I've written, okay, in the like briefing of this, we see the news thing where the police chief talks to the camera. I've written, who is this police chief we've never seen? And then where is Barry Maple? The only good detective in this town. Where is he?
Put him on TV.
Put him. He doesn't. Okay. Do you think that Barry Maple, the character, knows that he's on a show, Pretty Little Lies? I don't think so.
This is his Truman Show.
Rosewood
Pretty Little Lies is actually the Barry Maple Truman Show.
Fuck.
It's actually the rehearsal.
They're rehearsing for when all these dug up girls are just fake being dug up.
Or for like Nathan Fielder's going to pop out and be like, Barry Maple.
Barry Maple, what would you do if there was a sociopathic girl who faked her own death?
So it's revealed that the Jane Doe is a Bethany Young, a 17-year-old from Radley.
Who escaped. Escape!
She escape. And they say...
The night, of course, on the longest night.
The longest night. And in the news report, they're like, on the night that Ali was allegedly kidnapped. And Spencer's like, did they just say allegedly? And it's like, well, yeah, it's not proven yet. Like you
Also,
do, like, yeah, it is alleged.
It's not true.
It's not true. Like, you know, but it is like they have to say allegedly.
Yeah.
And then, boom, 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 boom. Something explodes outside Ali's house. It
Clap
smashes
the sound of my house.
The crash goes on and on and on and on. And
Toberky.
Can Toberky get a fucking break?
Is it a car bomb or a house bomb? I thought it was a car bomb.
I wrote car initially, and then as the scene went on, I was like, house. So something explodes outside Ali's house. Toberky's house explodes. These are my notes. Well, yes, Toberky, but like heaps of, it's like devastating.
I know. And I think it's Spencer's like, Toberky. She doesn't say Toberky.
Toberky.
She's like, Toby.
Toberky.
Your house.
Your house.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
And he's like, yeah.
He runs in to like see.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm
And she's like, don't
back.
go in there. And I'm like, well, his blind stepsister might be in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And he saved her from a burning building once before.
He can do it again. 901 free at last.
Of course.
They all get a message. Do we see what the message is?
I don't think so, but they all get a text and I wrote, let's go.
Let's go to beaches. There's a news report or there's like a sound somewhere where I find out that the house is 47 Serenity Lane. I did not know this street was Serenity Lane.
Wow.
I love that.
There's no serenity happening.
No.
At least in the 5 seasons of we've been watching.
No. And then there's an A scene and all I wrote was, Dollhouse coming!
I've written, a moving company moves into a new location and says, welcome home, like on a box maybe, or someone says that to A. And we see a plastic wrapped dollhouse and a box with dolls as A listens to the police scanner calling in Toberky explosion.
Oh, and that's maybe where I heard the 47 Serenity Lane thing.
Yeah.
This was a great episode.
Incredible.
This was a return to form. It was beautiful. I had such a fun time.
I'm so excited that there's A scenes. I'm so excited that we're getting hints at dollhouse.
Shaken in my boots. Okay, quick trivia. Not trivia. Segments, seggies, seg rolls. Who was the hottest adult in this episode?
Ashley Marin tucking in her daughter.
T. What was the yikes of this episode? I think it was Ezra, Aria make funk.
It was Bad Barch.
Which I have to acknowledge 10 years ago, that was not a yikes for me, but it is a yikes for me now.
And baby, now we got Bad Barch. Okay.
Who gets some buttercream from us? Daddy Hastings. Well, not Daddy Hastings.
Okay, this might be controversial. I want to give Lucas a buttercream for hosting a whole party.
That party looked sick.
Just to convince people that he had a girlfriend when he didn't.
Honestly, shout out to Lucas.
He's going to the lengths. And
he's going to the lengths. He made a good punch. It got Hannah drunk real quick.
It was so blue.
I want to have some of that blue drank.
Right.
He gets a buttercream. Hannah gets a buttercream for her hangover.
Oh, yes.
Ashley gets a buttercream for being an amazing mum.
Victoria gets a buttercream for scooping up Spencer.
She can have a whole box. So she not from Daddy Hastings.
No.
Because she's an independent woman. But I want her to like just sit on a bed like in Legally Blonde when Elle is like throwing chocolates at the screen.
Yeah.
I want her to do that. I think a lot of Ali cannot. She's rude. I don't like her. Mona can.
Mona can have buttercream. Emily can have buttercream. Adele Dazeem can have buttercream.
Adele, the
talented Dazeem.
Dazeem.
Adele the Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem. Were you going to say something else?
No, it was that.
Oh, was that cool?
It was me trying to figure out how to. I knew that cream and Dazeem rhymed, and in the moment figuring out how to get there. You know.
I have to sing something. I could be the doctor. I could cure your Dazeem. Sorry.
This is what it's all about. At the end of the day, this
at the end of the day, I think
we're put on this earth to do.
It's not. This pod isn't about Pretty Little Liars. It's actually about the power of song.
Ding dong, song. Ding song.
Ding song bell.
Sounds like song.
Sounds like Dazeem. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Who needs to wait for Crazy Bread from Noel Khan? Allison.
Aria with her Bad Barch.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone needs to wait for Crazy Bread. I think that whoever's setting off bombs, leave Turberky alone. Wait for Crazy Bread.
Yeah. You cough?
Yucky.
Yuck. Yeah, I think a lot of people need to wait for Crazy Bread. What gave us a hardcover? Caleb being back. And look, I'm going to say it just for the listeners who, if anyone does care, look, the funk scenes, we'll give it to the funk scenes. There were funk scenes. We can give them fug scenes. We'll give them a hardcover.
Personally, they gave
not
me,
the Ezra Aria one.
They gave me a soft cover.
Soft cover. Ezra and Aria.
Yuck. And also Emily being manipulative little cunt.
I know. I mean, you mean Ali?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Emily, you bitch.
Justice for Emily Fields. Where is Pam? Can
we get a funk scene with Pam involved?
Where's Pam? Where's Byron? Where's Ella? Is she an answer?
Where are the mums and the dad? Who gets a wine from Byron?
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay, I want Lucas to have a wine because he's obviously not getting fucked or sucked with that mustache. His girlfriend's not real. I want Hannah to have a wine with Caleb. I want them to make funk. I want them to barge.
Please.
I want Miss Hastings, Mama Hastings to have many, many wines.
Please.
She's going through it. I want Spencer to have wines. I want Ashley and Veronica / Victoria to get together, have wine.
And maybe they have just like one too many wines and they just gently kiss.
I think not so gently. How about that? Woo! I want Mona to have so much wine.
Well, Mona
after that
can
slap.
have whatever she wants.
She can have whatever she likes.
So basically everyone gets a wine.
Yep.
What was the line of the episode? I feel like it has to go to Gay Ron's because that was
Gay Ron's
crazy.
Or I'm more of an Adele Dazeem than an Adina Menzel.
They both get a shout out.
Go on, girls.
And that is the episode.
Wow.
That was really fun. That was a really, really good one. I'm excited for the rest.
We're getting closer every single day to the dollhouse.
Oh my God. Now we have to record The Perfectionists.
Wish us luck, everyone. If you're one of our dolls on the Patreon, a member of our dollhouse, we hope you enjoy.
You'll be hearing from us very soon.
We're doing it all for you.
Ash, I love you so much. This was so fun. I'm truly awake. I've woken up over the course of this hour.
Wake up. And you have. And so have I. Love you, dolls. Love you, Hayley.
Ash, I love you. Love you, dolls. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
And I hope everyone remembers to
close your damn blinds.
Right?
Shut them.
Because you don't know if just say your girlfriend named Shana has just been murdered and you're just sitting in your house trying to sob and someone else is just standing there watching you.
With their patchouli scent.
With their Jaden patchouli scent, okay? You don't know what she's up to. Get out.
Girl, you stink like nice, but we can smell you.
Girl, you stink like
You
nice.
stink like nice.
That is it.
Wickedly
Talented
talented Tuberky.
I can be the doctor, I can cure your disease.
That really got me.
Listeners, if you didn't know, we actually have a Patreon, which we call the Dollhouse. So come hang out in our Dollhouse.
We also have a YouTube channel, so if you want to watch this episode and other episodes, head to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
And you can find all updates at our Instagram or look in the episode show notes.
We love ya.
We love you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget,
Shut your damn blinds!
See ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.